Hi everybody, thanks for joining. My name's Colin and I'm the host of the Gallant Few Rangers podcast. Giving you the reaction to Rangers 2, Motherwell 2. It's going to be maybe a bit of a tough couple of minutes. Here to help me, OG of the Gallant Few, Scott Hodge. How you doing, Scott?
Not bad. Bit disappointed, but aye.
You must be fucking livid with me. Not only has I've been a shite flatmate and gave him COVID, I've roped him into talking about this game.
I said as soon as you made me do this one, we do get beat our draw. So aye, it's your fault. You can.
Aye.
Take this one.
Well, no, I'm not taking the full blame because I think Rangers do need to take their fair share of accountability. First half, Rangers were probably as good as we could have asked for, to be fair. First goal came in the 19th, 20th minute, but Rangers were they were pressing, they were going for chance after chance, and Scott, I think the way the first half was going, two goals in quick succession, I thought going into half time we would have been comfortable.
I thought get just important to kill the game off, get a third, and then bring on some fringe players needing minutes like Roof, maybe Diallo and things like that as well. But just never got the chance, and that's what happens when you don't kill games off. And even when we were down or one behind, we had loads of opportunities to finish it. I mean, the one where Roof tried overhead kick and Goldson had a tap in from 3 yards, and he had a chance just before that as well. You need to be taking them.
Before we talk about the second half, I thought Ryan Kemp was excellent in the first half, involved in both goals, and both goals we took quite well. Morelos, he done well to get a connection with the header. I think Mugabe gets a bit of a deflection on it, and Sakala just absolute instinct finish. He can be frustrating fashion, Sakala. See when he doesn't have to think about what he's going to do. His striker's instinct will kick in, and he's a fine finisher when need be. He can get to the byline, he can get by players, but when he's got time shot, it's he overthinks it.
I think so. I mean, he's got talent, obviously. He's quick, but I think he's just sometimes he doesn't even know what he's doing sometimes, which is a problem. But I mean, it can work to your advantage sometimes, but it can cause problems.
So second half, the actual goals themselves, before we talk about the overall second half performance, it's just shocking defensive errors. We watched the highlights back in the lowlights, I should say, on RTV there, and Lundstrom giving a poor ball to Bassey, then the Motherwell player just beats him for pace, gets the ball in. McGregor fucking shiting himself to come off the line again. Golson could have cleared it as well. It's tapping. Then the second goal, Tavernier doesn't deal with the ball before or after it bounces, and Golson and Tavernier both get a chance to clear it away, or at least put a bit of pressure on the Motherwell player, and it's terrible. They don't do anywhere near enough, and McGregor's beat at his near post. It's 3 absolute big players for us, Scott, that we spoke about there, and they've not covered themselves in glory at all, have they?
No, it's as you said, when we rewatched it, there was everyone has to take ownership over that goal. It was not good enough. I mean, Goldson's defending, he's gave away. He was at fault for the Dortmund goal on Thursday. He partially at fault for the first goal and that goal as well. So we talk about it a lot, but is it time for maybe a couple of games out? If we've got Hollander, Balogun all fighting fit, and Lundstrom obviously playing in there. I mean, Lundstrom didn't have his best game, but I mean, the mistake he made for the first goal was he could have done that in centre midfield. It's not about playing. It's just because you're the last line of defence, really. So, maybe it's a time for goals that maybe sit out. He's just not in the best run of form.
I think the decision to play Lundstrom at centre half today will get a lot of heat in the midst of the anger, because the results not went our way. But I actually do get that decision. I think we both said beforehand that we're going to have a lot of the ball, and that will help us use the ball a bit better in theory. So I don't think that's what's cost us the points today. overall, I think the second half performance and application and attitude in the second half, Scott, we've had the chance to cut the gap again. We went 2 goals up and then took the foot off the gas, and when we had to turn the pressure back on, when it went to 2 each, once you slow down, it's hard to get it going again.
Aye, that's it. I know. Just that third goal, like, just would have killed it off, and it would be a lot happier this post-match reaction. But yeah, that's just what happens when you don't. It's complacency. Yeah. What a great opportunity, and I'm sure it was a good atmosphere with Celtic dropping points obviously before us. At the stadium, a great opportunity to claw games back. We're running out of games to bring it back, and it's going to come down probably to the old firms. But we need to take maximum points to have any chance of that. So can't rely on other teams, helping us out.
We will obviously talk about the game in a lot more detail on this week's podcast, and talk about the wider implications. But so I don't want to put you in the spot too much in this drop, but I put in the group chat there, Celtic are going to drop more points. This Rangers team aren't convincing me that they're going to capitalise on every opportunity. I think we need to fix our mindset between now and between now and St Johnstone. That's now our cup final. Every game's a cup final from now on in.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. I don't think. I think Rangers and Celtic will drop points before the end of the season. I don't think it's going to be a perfect run in. Obviously with the split as well, you'll be coming up against the higher calibre of teams like your Aberdeen and Hibs and things like that as well. So absolutely, both teams will drop points, and we need to, when an opportunity comes like that about, then you need to take maximum points. So every game is a must-win game now.
Aye, we just need to find that. We spoke about being relentless last year, and we were absolutely unforgiving when we sniffed any sort of weakness in any teams. We need to get even a smidgen of that mentality back, and it'll go a long way. So, not the best to watch, folks, but thanks for joining. We'll be back with you this week to delve deeper into today's issues. Scott, thanks very much for joining us.
No problem, thank you.
Take care.